I'm 21 years old and I have no friends. And I'm just gonna go into why that is. Tonight I'm extra lonely, just out and about by myself as always. And I'm just gonna make a video about why I have no friends. And I'm going to start from the very beginning. So, once upon a time, when I was born, 21 years ago, my parents thought it was a great idea to not socialize me as a child. Meaning that we were a homeschool family, and I was the second to last child, which, if anybody knows, the second to last child of 8 children, anybody who knows or who's in a big family knows that parents put in less and less effort with each child, and after child number 3 it gets pretty neglectful. So the older children got socialized, they got to do things, and I grew up from age 0 to 5 with not a single friend. Not a single friend. We went to a church which had a bunch of people, but they were all old people. I remember old people, and I remember I tried to make a friend with a girl, and I was chasing her around saying hi, hi, at 5 years old, or 4, and that didn't work out so well. Then, from age 5 on, oh yeah, and I remember feeling so jealous at that young age, at age 5. I remember being so jealous of my older siblings and older sister in particular, because she had friends, because she went to this group which was made for teenage girls, so she got to hang out with a bunch of teenage girls her age. And I remember every time we'd drop her off and pick her up, I felt so jealous that she got to go and I didn't, because I wanted friends and I was lonely. And I also remember this time when I was following my brothers around when their friend would come over, who was a guy, and they would exclude me completely, sometimes just telling me to leave or just completely ignoring me because I was the little sister. So that was my experience from age 0 to 5. Then we moved to Wisconsin, to a teeny tiny town, and from 5 to 12, I also didn't have any friends. They really didn't think it was important to socialize me with anybody. We did go to church, and I was pretty shy. And again, there wasn't really anybody my age, because I don't know if people know this, but first of all, when you're young, like from age 5 to 12, you're kind of in this awkward age group where the teenagers are cool, and like the teenagers won't be friends with you because they're teenagers. And it seemed like there was only teenagers at that church, teenagers and older people, and they just ignored me. Like, nobody talked to me. And then I lost my train of thought, but basically from 0 to 12, zero socialization. As a homeschool family, we didn't do anything. I mean, what is there? Where would a family go to make friends? Nowhere. So I grew up extremely alone and just far away from all civilization, and obviously that probably didn't help my social skills. And then after age 12, I got put in public school, which was good. And this is kind of where it gets tricky. I don't know why I didn't make friends. I mean, every day in high school, I had friends. I had pretty good friends. Like, I would call them friends. I would never call them close friends, but I hung around with a group of girls, and the best thing about high school was that there was no drama for me, none at all. I wasn't included in any drama, and it seemed like it was because everybody, every single person, including my friends, kept a distance from me. And I don't know why that is. I really don't. I don't know what is with me that people kept a distance. I remember one girl really hated me for a couple years, but for the last couple years of high school we were great, but at one point she really made it seem like I was super stuck up, and she just thought that I was proud and stuck up, which I won't defend myself, but I don't think I am, and I think it was because I'm shy, and so sometimes people misinterpret shyness and quietness for being judgmental. So when somebody's really quiet, you assume they're being judgmental of you. And actually, I know that firsthand because there was a girl in high school who was super quiet around me, and I really thought she was judging me hardcore. And I have no idea if she was or not to this day. She might have been, but I absolutely believe she was judging me. But anyway, I don't know what it was about high school. I don't know if I didn't have social skills or what, but like, here's how it was in high school. I felt like I was friends and on good terms with everybody. Like, everybody was my friend, everybody would talk to me, there was no drama, nothing bad happened, but at the same time, no one was close to me. And I don't know if it was me, I don't know if I didn't let anybody close to me. I think at the time, I mean, obviously, pretty much every high schooler will say this, but it was a very, like, depressed and dark period of life, high school, where everybody's, like, depressed, but I was especially depressed, and maybe I just wasn't letting anybody in, and I don't know, another thing was I always felt like I was in too much pain or I was too complicated for anybody to really understand, so I probably didn't try that hard because, I don't know, I always felt like I was going through more and had harder problems than other people, which I know that probably sounds horrible, but I think almost everybody can feel that way about themselves. But it was, I guess that might be part of it. But yeah, another thing was I didn't feel like I connected with anybody. Since it was such a small school, I only had 20 classmates, and I think that was also a part of it, because how are you expected to find like a great friend out of 20 people? I honestly don't think too many people did find good friends, you know, in that tiny school. But I don't know, and then I'm gonna wrap this up, but after high school, I graduated, and obviously, but I won homecoming queen, so I wasn't unpopular. I'm just saying like that as an example, as a proof that I wasn't hated in high school. Everybody liked me, but somehow I just didn't make any friends. I was homecoming queen. But anyway, I didn't make any friends that lasted, and I really wanted to, but maybe not with anybody at that school. I think it was just because I didn't feel like I connected with anybody, and maybe they sensed that as well. But anyway, I graduated, none of my friends stuck with me. I actually didn't see anybody after high school, except for one person. So I didn't see anybody really after high school, and nobody really talked to me. And I have like reached out to a couple classmates, and they all said that they have lost track with each other too. So everybody has lost track of each other, which I guess I guess it happens when people graduate high school. But anyway, I didn't go to college because I was terrified to, and I felt inadequate, and I felt like I couldn't do it, and I was stupid, and I would never pass, and I felt really intimidated, and I was terrified of college students, and I was terrified of the process, and I was terrified of the money and the debt, so I didn't go to college. So obviously I haven't made any college friends. And then it's like, well, how do you make friends then? You've got only option to make friends as coworkers, and like going, I don't know, going to some kind of class or group or something, and church. So during this time, after graduating, I've tried everything. I've gone to church, I've tried to go to church and like find people to be friends with. I've joined Meetup, and I've done a couple meetups, and I've like reached out to people to try to go to coffee, and I've what else have I done? I don't know, but Oh yeah, and my work friends, I never really made friends at my last job. Not really at any job. It's the same thing. I don't know what it is with me. I truly don't. I must be completely blind to myself, but I have no idea why people don't want to be friends with me. Like, even people that I do very much like. When I find somebody that I do very much like and I want to be friends with, and I reach out to them and I'm trying my best and I'm being friendly and inquisitive and asking about them and like really trying, like putting an effort to be friends, it doesn't happen. When I find somebody that I think is super cool, which is pretty rare, but it's like they're too cool for me. I don't know. I mean, honestly, if anybody knows, I'd love to know why people aren't friends with me. Like recently I went to a meetup and I met a girl that I loved. I just loved her. I thought she was super cool and I wanted to be friends, but it's like you meet her, you talk for hours the day, and then nothing happens. Nobody reaches out to anybody. I'm too afraid to. And it happened again on a different meetup where I went to coffee with a lady and I talked to her for hours, like many hours. The conversation just flowed and nothing came of that either. Nobody has reached out to anybody, and I'm too scared to because she's too cool. I don't know. But anyway, the moral, or what it all comes down to, is that I'm 21 years old and I have no friends. No friends at all. And might I add that my relationship with my family is non-existent. So I have no support system, no friends, nobody to turn to, nobody to hang around with, nobody to do fun stuff with, nobody to vent to, nobody to count on, nobody's there for me. I've always been alone. My entire life, my entire existence, I've been alone. And it bothers me so deeply because all I ever have wanted is people in my life and friendships in my life and good connection and close people, and I don't know why it doesn't happen. I don't know. And it's pretty hopeless. It's pretty depressing because I'm so sick of going around and living my life completely alone. Anyway, that's it. Oh, I mean, I was maybe supposed to say something uplifting at the end, but there really isn't. I mean, I wasn't coming to any kind of point. I was just doing a timeline of my life without any friends, and that I don't have friends now, and that I've been trying. But, and it's super hard. But I guess the final thing is that I'm fine. I'm good with being alone, as in I can survive. I have a really good mental mindset at this point in life. I've really learned a lot, and I think I'm strong and capable to get through it, and I think being alone is beautiful in a way, and that you can only count on yourself and everything. But so I'm getting through it, but I just want things to change, you know? Want things to change. Anyway, feel free to comment, and if you made it through the video, I'll give you a prize, which I don't have, but I just wanted to say that. So congratulations. I bet nobody has. If anybody has made it to the end, comment pizza. Comment pizza in the comments if you finish this video, and I don't know. I'll think that's great. It'll make my day because I'm confident nobody will make it this far. I don't even think anybody will click. But yeah, I'm kind of to the point like of desperation where I'm reaching out to like the whole vast majority of the populace of the world, just kind of like begging for somebody to give a damn, you know? Like, I think a lot of people reach that point where they're like, nobody cares. Like, nobody is in my life. I'm completely alone in the world. I have no support, and I'm just kind of reaching out to the world for some kind of support. Anyway, goodbye.